So I've got... Good morning, please say hello to Aaron, fantastic. Carol Burrows saying, I've just bought a bat box for the back garden. Where will you suggest it be placed? Somewhere that is shady, somewhere where it is not accessible to cats because they will predate bats. In fact, some cats specialise in it. Right, okay, so it looks like I am live on Facebook and YouTube. Nothing yet from Periscope on Twitter, but... it seems to be working. Hello, Susie Dale in Australia. That's a good sign. And Ben from Newcastle in Australia as well. Okay, fantastic. So we're running. Let's get started. So first of all, as hopefully some of you will have seen last night, I am doing Spring Watch at the moment. So I am broadcasting live from within a couple hundred meters of my house, not just here in the morning, but in the evenings as well. So if I seem a little bit frantic and not quite so well prepared this morning, that's why. Also, lots of people were asking online last night what my t-shirt was, so I've worn it again this morning. It says, because there is no planet B. Also because, obviously, the last few months I haven't had a chance to go shopping, so I only have about 2 or 3 t-shirts. Right, let's get started with some shout-outs. To East Craigs Primary School, who are studying Mini Beasts at the moment. Hello, you all. I'm so glad that this week's live Q&A fits in with what you're studying. That's great news. Send in some questions and I'll do my best to answer them. To Firstborn Ed Scouts, which is just about a mile that way. Hello, you all. They've completed their naturalist and photography badges this week. Well done. That is really, really good news. Hello to Poppy in Norwich, to Flo and Emily McCardle. Hello, you both. I hope you're really doing well. Happy birthday to Sam Williams, turning 11 next week. He loves watching these Q&As and wants to be a zoologist. To Geordie in Australia, who has his 6th birthday this Saturday. To Elizabeth in Troon, who's going to be 8. And to Adam Thorne, the King of Pain, who gave me a shout out on Instagram. That is an amazing name. Seriously, when I started with Discovery, I tried to get myself known as the Venom Hunter. Sadly, a name that didn't stick. Okay, so my first question has come in from Kane Leatham, and it says, human cells total approximately 10 trillion. Yet bacteria on and within us total around 90 trillion. Who is in charge? Kane, that is an awesome question. You and I should be pals. All I can say is that is enough topic for at least 10 of these chats. I would suggest going to a rather wonderful book called I Contain Multitudes by the genius Ed Yong, which talks about that very subject and is absolutely amazing. Theo from Swansea wants to know what is the biggest spider. Theraphosa blondii, the Goliath bird-eating spider from South America, comfortably the biggest ones that I've ever handled. The abdomen has been about the size of a slightly squished tennis ball, which is, pretty huge. Joe Brickle, hey Steve. Hello Joe, how you doing? Really nice to see you up here. And hello to Louise Potter as well. Cade, I hope I've said that right, Aidan and Bailey want to know, do insects sleep or hibernate, and which insect has the biggest wingspan? Well, they very much hibernate, so quite a lot of the butterflies that you will have seen around in the last month or so here in the UK are ones that will have been sleeping as adults over the winter. Saw a huge amount of peacock butterflies, the odd comma, and those would have been ones that have overwintered as adults. Then you start getting the ones that actually emerge fresh in the spring, like the orange tips, the bringstones, and the holly blues. But yes, lots and lots of insects will go into a period of torpor in cold conditions. Biggest wingspan is usually considered to be the Pepsis wasps or possibly the Asian giant hornet, both of which have giant wingspans like that kind of size, which is really, really impressive. Juno, aged 6, asks, why do fireflies glow? Well, why is to attract a mate, and it can be utterly exquisite. So in the jungles of New Guinea, I have paddled down rivers where sometimes it seems like all of the trees are filled with Christmas lights. They are just ablaze, so much so that you could read a map or a book by their light, and you are miles away from human habitation. It's all down to fireflies. The way they do it is by mixing luciferin and luciferase, which is an enzyme in their abdomens. It is a light without heat, phenomenally productive, and it's a great way of attracting other insects. Judah, Aged 7 from Wrexham would like to know, how do pond skaters move across the water surface, please? Okay, so this is one of those things that you learn in biology like really, really early on. It's all down to surface tension and essentially spreading the tiny weight of the animal over a very large surface area. Hello, Jacob, aged 9, who says hello, Steve Backshall, and to Adam Lee, 7 years old in Ireland. Hello, how you doing? Jackson Humphrey, who loves me and Bucks. Well, you've turned in at the right time. And to Ewan from First Cowfold Cubs. Hello, you all. What else have we got here? So Ruben, age 6, and Isaac, age 3, would like to know more about how and why we get mayfly. We live on the edge of Loch Nee in Northern Ireland, and what is their purpose, etc. Their purpose. So their purpose. That's kind of more of a philosophical question than anything else. You know, what is the purpose of anything? If you listen to Richard Dawkins, then the purpose of everything is essentially to procreate and to regenerate one's genes. Their purpose in the environment is extraordinarily important. So they are right at the bottom of a food chain. They themselves, as larvae underwater, feed on things like algae. That then gets processed into this adult flying insect, which lives on the wing for not a huge amount of time, but they occur in such gigantic numbers that they bring in a surfeit of predators that come in to feed on them. And right now, that can be pretty much everything. You know, I've seen blue tits and great tits hovering around the spider's webs around the edge of my house, plucking the mayflies out of the web. So yes, they are, as winged adults, not living for any more than a few hours, but in that time they offer an extraordinary opportunity for other creatures to feed on them. Lots and lots of questions coming in from all over the world. Penny Bryn School in Colwyn Bay are doing mini beasts at school. Colwyn Bay, such a beautiful place. Really, really glad to hear from you all. And a shout out to Lukey, age 9. Hey, hi, how are you? AJP says, I love bugs. Brody in 11 in Scotland says the same. Remy